All right, the last thing about empowering we want to know and be mindful of is regulating tools. So, one of our pillars is self regulation. And again, many of our campers, not all, but we know many of our campers have trouble knowing how to regulate. This is not something that is exclusive to kids who've experienced trauma. We also can have trouble regulating or have to be actively working at times to help regulate our emotions and our feelings, which is the beginning. So we need to be mindful of ourselves because it starts with us. We cannot help our campers if we can't do it ourselves. So before you come to camp, we want you to do your homework of what causes me to become overwhelmed and how do I calm and regulate myself. Understand these things and be mindful of them, because if you are in a situation where you need to help a camper calm, you need to be able to stay calm yourself. Because remember that mantra, stay calm no matter what. So it starts with us. We can't help our campers if we can't help ourselves. The second part of regulating is giving them a voice. So think back to that attachment cycle when the baby was crying. If they didn't have their needs met, essentially what they learned is that their voice doesn't matter. And so if their voice doesn't matter, they don't know how to use their voice appropriately to get their needs met. So what we want to do is try to reintroduce their voice and say, I'm listening to you, I hear you, and I need you to use your words to communicate to me. Because what's going to happen is that we are going to experience a lot of behaviors that are needs. So they might cry when they're hungry. They might hit when they're frustrated. They might run away when they're overloaded with sensory noise, or even if maybe they were ignored. We've had all sorts of experiences and scenarios happen at camp. So we need to know that this is what's happening, that there was a source, there was a behavior, and the connection is a missed need. So what we want to do is we want to come in and help teach them how to use their voice to get their needs met. So we're going to use some life scripts. So use things like, can you use your words? Can you tell me what you need? These are things we want to remember and utilize when we can. You can say things like, I want to help you, but I can't understand when you hit. Can you tell me what you need? And if they don't have the words yet, you can start to offer. Do you need a snack? Do you need to go on a walk? Do you need some water? Do you need to see the nurse? Any of these things to start to prepare and give them some answers to help connect to what is it that I need? And even if they take one, that might not be it, but then you're moving the train and you can start to figure out what those needs are. And the better you understand even that one is going to help connect you to future needs and being proactive to help meet them so that we have less of those outbreaks in the future. So using words and providing voice is so important. There's other regulating tools we will teach our campers, we will use with our campers for you guys to be mindful of, and we try to provide you with them, like these fidgets, poppets. You also in your bags will have stress balls. With your cabin leader bags, you will have gum and lollipops for the campers. Those are also regulating tools to help calm, engage their senses while they're trying to focus and listen. You'll have coloring books. They also have physical needs. They need to be moving. Camp is definitely a very physical environment, but sometimes your campers need a little bit more of that. So they can do sit-ups, they can do wall sits, whatever it is to be engaging their senses. Lastly, one of my favorite regulating tools is even just deep breathing. A lot of you guys probably use that, but that's a great tool for campers when you get them and you are needing them to calm down and to be able to do that fairly quickly. We'll teach more regulating tools in person. We will be emphasizing this, but understand some of these backgrounds to understanding self-regulation and being able to help meet the need for your campers.